What's up, everybody? Hey, here in part two, we're gonna rig this guy up. Be totally honest, I lost the first head. Something happened, it disappeared. So I recreated it. Now we're gonna rig it up. So if you see some differences from the first tutorial, that's the reason why. We'll talk about maybe some things that I added along the way. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is make sure we're on frame 0. Come up here to the top, we're gonna hit on a bone layer right there. Gotta make sure you're on 0 to do that. Select all your layers, drag them right under the bone layer. Now they're all children of the bone right there. We'll call it control. All right, in the con, everything's in the con. So right now we're gonna scale him up. Once it's all in that control layer, we can do a nice, let's see, control Z that. Hold down the alt key, we get a nice uniform scale right there. A little easier to work with that head right there. All right, so now we're gonna come up to our con layer, control layer. We're gonna lay out a bone. We're gonna grab our create bone tool, come up to here. His neck should probably pivot right there. Bring that all the way up to the top of the hat like that. All right, so selecting all the bones right here. If we come up to this bone strength tool right here, we'll see they all got strength on them. We don't want any strength, at least the way I rig, so I shut it all off. So make sure it's all on 0 right there. So now we're going to select this head bone and we're going to start assigning some layers. That hat, we're going to want to assign him right there to that layer. Boom. The mouth, we're going to do the same thing. It's already selected. Boom. Brows, we want to do the same thing, and we just bind in layers. Bind in layers. The head layer, we can bind into that right there. All right. The neck, we'll grab the neck, and we want to make sure that neck, we're going to select on that bone right there. And since I already rigged it to show you guys the beginning, well, I didn't show you guys the beginning. What am I thinking, right? Some of it's already selected, so we'll select that as the neck right there. Now we're going to the ears. They're already selected on the head, but you're going to bind that layer, click on that bone, and it's bound. We got the back of the build. That's something new that I didn't have in the first one, just so when we rigging him, you can see a little dimension on there. So we'll click on that. That's going to go to the head bone as well. Now that we have him all rigged, he's moving just like that. So we're going to take a quick pause right here, and I'm going to show you the rigged head since I forgot to do that. All right, here we go. So here's some things we're going to do. We're going to do a squash and stretch right there, right? I got eyes side to side, but I didn't think that's necessary, so we probably won't do that. But the concepts you're going to learn today, you can easily do it yourself. We'll do a head turn to one side. We'll do a mouth open and closed. We'll do a blink, and we'll do a head up and down, just like that. All right, now return back. Here we are. Okay, so we're back at frame 0 right here. We got our bones laid out. They are already bound to the head and the different parts. So if you weren't paying attention, we were on the bone layer, all right, and we were just coming down to each layer. In the bone layer, we selected the bone we wanted to bind. We selected the head, we came down to the hat. We selected bind layer, clicked on the bone, and now that is bound. That's how we did all the different layers right there. We just did layer binding is what it's called. All right, so now we got it set. So we want to go to that bone right there. We'll hit on this and we'll add some squash and stretch to the head bone, okay? Close it up. So now that guy's got squash and stretch on it. On this neck, I want to come down here and I want to give it an independent angle. That means that if I move the head, the neck is not going to move until I move the neck, which it only happens when you add that independent angle once you get on frame 1. All right, so now if I'm moving the head, that neck's not going crazy, all right? Because back to 0, if we're on this neck bone, we come up here to this bone constraint and we take that independent angle off. That IK starts working and it just starts wah, 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 wah. But I want control over that, so that's why I do that. All right, so we come back up to that bone and we're going to add that independent angle back on that neck bone, and that's what we're doing. Okay, so let's grab this add bone tool, hit alt, and let's create a bone. Let's add a squash stretch bone. I go SQST, just like bone. Make a smart bone dial. Skadoosh right there. Pull it out here, right? And on that bone, simply using your transform bone tool, just drag it down. Since we already got that squash and stretch set, it's going to keep the volume. Select all these keys right here. Go to linear. Click on linear, and there we go. First action is in place. Come here, stretching it out. Whoop, whoop. Just like that. Select them all. All right, want to make sure they all on linear. So now, if we come double click, get back to the main line in our actions tab right there, and we hit our manipulate bone tool. He's dancing with the music. Whoop, whoop. Nice. All right, so squash and stretch is done. See, it's that easy. Now we're going to create another bone. Alt click right here. All right. And let's go for the head turn. Why not? Let's jump in big. Head turn, bone, smart bone dial right there. All right. Come out to 100. Make sure that's all the way down right there. A lot of times people say, well, my smart bone's not working. A lot of times it's because when you're creating your smart bone action right here, your bone is not in the forward position that makes it happen. So you want to make sure that that's all the way turned. So if it's not, if it's up and down, create the action, you find that that's a problem, come back up here to your transform bone tool and just move it over and you'll be good to go. All right, so let's get that head turn going now. So let's go to the head. We got this eye layer right here, which I added a lid layer, and all that is, excuse me, is a rectangle. And we made another group layer and we masked it. So that's what that is right there. So we're gonna grab that guy right there, hold down the shift, okay? And what are we doing? We're doing a head turn. Hold down the shift. It's gonna keep it in that axis right there, and we're gonna move it across just like that. Select all. Gonna go linear, just like that. So now we're gonna start moving everything else. We got the freckles. Same thing. Hold down shift, move it across. All right. Now I'm gonna cheat this one a little bit, just so I don't have to. Oh, I didn't want to do that. A little bit and move it over, so we can see one freckle over there. Select all that, linear, and then we're gonna move the mouth. Grab the mouth. Got that layer tool. Hold down the shift. We're gonna move it across. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come back with that though. We're gonna hit. Just gonna grab it and shrink it just a little bit. You know, that's a little too far. Adjust it to your liking. Select all that. All right. Go linear. So while we're in the mouth, we're gonna open up that layer. All right, and we're gonna go to the back of the throat, and we're just gonna move this guy. I'm gonna move him back. All right, and what this is gonna do is this is gonna give us a little bit of dimension in that mouth area. Click linear right there. Get that tongue. I want to move that tongue. Hold down my shift. It's going to keep me on the same plane. Move it back. I'm actually going to stretch it out just a little bit. Select them all. Linear. Select them all. Linear. All right. So now it just gives us a little bit of dimension in that background. Got it moving back there. All right, so we're gonna come up to the teeth. We will shift, move those a little bit this way, okay? Just to give it a forward look to it. There we go. So now let's come up to those brows. All right, we'll select those guys. Hold down the shift. We'll move them across just like that. Linear. Always linear. In some of my older videos, I never did that, but man, it makes a difference. So make sure you're going linear. Let's go our ears, okay? We could do whole shift. Let's move them across, just straight across. That one's a little too far. We want to stick it out. I'm not going for the full turn. I'm not gonna switch layers. I'm just gonna kind of cheat it. These flat animations, they're not super detailed, all right? So that's just gonna give us that illusion of his head turning right there. Okay, so for the hat, what I decided to do on the head turn of the hat was select this guy right here. We're gonna move him, shift, keep it. We're gonna move him in a little bit. This bill right here, okay, I'm gonna grab those, the back bill. I'm going to move those in just a little bit. just to give it a little motion like it's turning. Where we're going to sell the hat is on, hold on just a second. What we're going to sell the hat is on the cap part right here. So we're going to grab all of this right here, okay? And then hold on that shift. We're going to just move that straight across like that. So now we're going to linear right there, right? And now it's going to sell that hat turning right there. Boom. Skadoosh. There we go. Just like that. Now we get that head turn. So just mimic it on the other side and you get both sides going. All right. Double click on the main line. Back out here. We'll add another action right here. All right. Alt clicking. Let's go eye blinks. This is going to be easy. Boom. Make a smart bone dial. In fact, I'm only going to put one blink in there. Right there. Boom. We're going to come into this eye. We're going to grab this dude right here. Shift. Drag straight down. He's blinking right there. All right. Linear. Nice. Got the blink. Go out to your bone. Double click on the main line. Now we got blinks. All right. Let's tackle the other big one. Head up and down, which is not horrible, right? Head up, down, bone, make a smart bone dial. All right, just get monotonous here, people, right? It's easy. Go to this hat. All right, so we're gonna grab this hat. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start here to give us a starting point, okay? And then we're gonna drag it up just a hair. Control Z. Let's hold down the shift. Make sure we keep it straight. And then I am gonna grab this guy and lift it up. Then I'm gonna grab these two dudes and I am gonna hold down the Alt and I'm gonna pull them in. Okay. Then I'm gonna grab this guy, Control Shift, grab that guy right there. Same thing. I'm gonna Alt, drag him in. Doing a little bit of perspective on this. So we're gonna take this guy, we're gonna drag it in just a little bit, just like that. And we're going to turn it just a little bit. So that's going to give us a little bit of the illusion that the head's going back in space. All right. It's going backwards. So that's why we do that. All right. So we got that in place. So now we want to come up to the head and grab that shadow. Now, if he's lifting his head up, this guy is not going to be as big because he's going to be putting his head up towards the light, so he won't be casting as big a shadow, right? So we'll grab the brow layer, holding down shift. Let's drag that guy up, something like that. You know what? Okay, those are good. Brow, head, hat, we're good on those. Okay, just always check and make sure you're going linear. All right, let's go eyes. Hold down that shift. Let's drag them up. And then I'm gonna also hit the Alt, not the Alt key. I'm just gonna drag them just a little bit. Shift, shrink them up just a little bit. This guy over here going linear like that. So now we got those guys moving. All right, eyes back. Got the freckles, shift. Bring those guys up. Linear. The head shape, we're going to leave that. Well, we're going to change it just a little bit. Let's go back up to our mouth shape here. Holding down that shift, bringing it up, and then I'm going to shrink it just a little bit. Bring it up, something like that. All right, and then I'm going to go back to that head shape. And I'm just going to move these bottom just a little bit. Bring that chin up, hold down shift, bring it straight up, just like that. So select them linear, just like that. Let's go to that neck right there, that shadow on the neck. All right. And since he's lifting up, that shadow would probably not be as big. So we'll lift it just a little bit, just like that. All right. So now we got that going on. All right, so continue to sell it. We'll lift those brows up just a little bit. I don't think they went up enough. All right, let's grab the ears, and we'll grab all the ears right there. Shift, and we'll drag them down. So now, looks like his head is rotating, just like that. All right, nice. And we'll take this back bill. All right, and we will select these top points, just like that. And we're gonna shift like we've been doing, and we'll drag that guy up. So that's gonna give us the illusion that the bill is wide, and we can see it now once it's up. So we'll grab these guys right here, and we'll drag them in, shift, we'll hold those, all right? And then I'm gonna rotate it a little bit. Then we're gonna grab this 1 point, G to deselect, G to select, and drag it out just a little bit to give us a little shape. It's a flat character. I'm not really worried about it being, you know, perfect. Drag these guys in, take this 1 point, drag him out just a little bit, just to give us a little variation on it. All right. So there we go. Something freaky with the eyes and the mouth. We'll take those eyes up a little bit, I think. Shift. Bring them up a little bit. Feels a little better. Could tweak it. Okay. Kind of get the idea there. Double click on the main line. Let's go the other direction. Let's go down. We're gonna do basically the same thing except going down. So it's that easy, right? Grab all these. Let's drag them down. Something like that. Okay. And we're gonna do that. G deselect, G to select. Bring that down like that. The bill's kind of already doing it for us. Let's get that hat linear. Back bill, select those guys, shift, let's alt turn them in, rotate them, lift them up just a little bit, linear. All right, that's working. Go back out. All right, now let's start moving the rest of the stuff. Let's take the mouth down. All right, shift, bring it down. I'm gonna shrink it a little bit, like that. Linear. Let's grab the freckles, shift, bring it down, linear. Go to the eyes, shift, bring them down. Linear. Grab the brows, bring them down. Both of them need to be linearized. Linear. All right, we're gonna bring that hat down just a little bit more. That whole hat's gonna come down actually. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do that. Select it all. Like that. Linear, the back of the bill. Just grab the whole deal. Shift. Bring him down. Linear. Okay, you see that head poking through back there, so we'll grab that base of that head. We'll grab that guy. We'll bring him down. We'll actually close him up just a little bit. Linear. Okay, so the head, let's grab this guy here. Let's bring him shift up just a little bit. Have a little movement on that chin to show that his head's tucking in. We'll go to the neck. We'll add that shadow. We'll drop him a little more. because if his head's coming down, he'll probably be causing a bigger shadow. All right, let's go back to those ears. Let's hold the shift. Let's pull them up just a little bit in the background right there. Linear. There we go. Just like that. So we got the head up and down. We got the head side to side. We got the blink on there. Let's do a mouth open and closed. And I think we'll be able to do a little something with him. You know what I'm saying? Alt clicking to make sure that your bone is not going to be parented to any other bone. Mouth open, close is what we'll call it. Bone, smart bone dial right there. Come here. Let's grab that mouth. Close up the head. Here's the mouth. We'll grab that base shape of the mouth. We'll G to deselect. We'll grab that guy right there. And we'll just drag him down. Shift. Shift and drag him down just like that. All right. Linear. Let's move that tongue down as we do that. Show his mouth really open. Come back to the head layer right here. We'll grab that dude. We got him already selected. Shift. Bring him down just a little bit. All right. Linear. So now we go. Boom. Just like that. His mouth open. All right. Come back up here. Let's double click on closed right there. Come back out this way. Get back in that mouth. We'll grab that base point right there. Shift and drag him straight up. Boom. Now we got to adjust. Let's go in here. We got to adjust these guys right here. So click on your curvature tool. Holding down Alt, you want to click on that Bezier handle right there on both sides, and it's just going to move that one Bezier handle. I'm going to leave a little teeth showing to show that that's his mouth. All right. We're also going to come back to the head, that base layer, and we're going to pull that guy up just a little bit. Hold shift, bring it straight up. Okay. Got linear going right there. Boom. So nice. There we go, folks. We just rigged him up. Probably about 20 minutes, you know, something like that. Okay, so quick right here on one, we'll Control F to freeze the pose. All right. Control F to keep it that way. We'll move the bone here. All right. We'll squash him down. We'll have him look down. We'll have him blink. Okay. Let's grab these. Let's have a little freeze. Edit, copy. Right. Edit, paste. So that's going to hold that frame. And then we boom down like that. Okay. And then we're coming up right here. So then we're coming up. His head is turned that way. He's looking up. Oh, that's crazy. Would have to go back and adjust that. His eyes are open and his mouth is open. He's looking back. Stretch. There we go. So there you go. A little bit of animation. All right, everybody. I hope you learned something today. You can go and add as many smart bones as you like to control anything and everything you want, you know. So just keep going, man. Thank you for buying the courses. Hope this is helping you guys, you know, experiment a little more. Getting into Moho. Really love the program. Thanks for all the support, all the likes. Give me a like, ring the bell, whatever. You know, if you want to keep learning, let me know. All right. Thanks, guys. Everybody, y'all have a great one. All right. Take care. Bye.